Why is the whyness of why not?
Go back to the bed. I just want to discuss children for a moment. It's funny. For the first 2 years of a child's life, we teach them to walk and talk. And then at 16, we teach them how to shut up, to sit down. I'm just saying. 6 minutes. Now, a third cut.
Nestle? No. Nestle Toll House? It doesn't really matter how you say it.
I couldn't understand the word you said. What? So sorry, I couldn't understand the word you said.
The only thing you need to understand
You know, sometimes I think your body is so big just to accommodate the size of your heart.
is that CW6
Oh, what a beautiful way to say you're fat.
is funny. Get your comedy fix 3 to 7 right here on CW6. TV only better.
Today on Paternity Court.
I'm not the typical child that ain't married, Your Honor.
Did it seem as if he accepted the pregnancy?
Yes. Same guy that's currently calling my phone. He was saying if he the daddy.
You signed the birth certificate.
You right, Your Honor.
The child has your name.
I was just trying to be a good guy to her.
You created a condition. He cannot see Mariah, the older child, unless he also takes Maurice Jr.
I ain't seen my daughter in 2 or 3 months. It's like he's really, it really gets to me. That's not baby.
This is madness. You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Chapman versus Hayes.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Okay. Miss Chapman, you and the defendant have an older child together, but you brought him to court to prove your 2-year-old son, Maurice Hayes Jr., is his.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim he was excited during your pregnancy, named your baby, but now denies him because he has a new girlfriend.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Hayes, you say you've always doubted paternity of Maurice Jr.
Yes.
And you're just trying to do the right thing by signing the birth certificate, but you now say he's not yours, and you want the plaintiff to change his name when the paternity test proves he's not your junior.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Chapman, tell us, why do you feel Mr. Hayes needs to just step up and be a father?
Because if he can take care of somebody else's child, why can't he take care of his own child?
And so you submit today that he's taking care of someone else's child,
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
but not doing anything for the child he fathered with you.
Not Maurice Jr.
Explain.
He's not doing nothing for Maurice Jr. He barely does for Mariah. Like for Easter or Christmas, he brought Mariah 5 presents. They bring Maurice Jr. nothing.
For Christmas,
Yes,
nothing.
nothing.
Is that true, Mr. Hayes?
No, ma'am, she's telling a lie, Your Honor. I bought actually 6 gifts. I gave him 1, gave her 5, and I gave both of them. I held both of them and gave both of them hugs.
Well, you clearly have doubt around Maurice Jr.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that doubt.
Only reason why I have that because when I was asking her was she pregnant, she was like, no. And I got a piece of letter in the mail saying that she was pregnant, but she also still was in denial. So when I say she was like 4 months and my mother asked her was she pregnant, she says no, she's not. So I still was like, okay, how you not pregnant? I got a letter in the mail.
So why all this confusion?
Man, I don't know because she was talking to another guy and I guess she was scared to tell me about it.
Miss Chapman, why all this back and forth? I'm pregnant, I'm not pregnant.
Because, yeah, true enough, I told him I wasn't pregnant because I just had Mariah 4 months. She was only 4 months. And I was pregnant again, so I didn't know. I didn't know if I wanted to keep him, to be honest, or what. So we talked about it, and we got back together.
So he came back
Yes.
after he found out you were pregnant.
Yes.
Did it seem as if he accepted the pregnancy?
He went to every doctor appointment that I done had. Since we got back together.
I had no symptoms, I had none. Yeah.
In your mind, your baby's on the way.
Yes, ma'am.
You at the hospital, the baby's born.
Yes, ma'am.
You decide, I'm signing the birth certificate.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't think at that moment you needed a DNA test, you didn't have a doubt?
She told me that was my baby, and I took responsibility and moved back in. That's when I started having doubts when he came home. But when I was helping him, I was telling her that I'm not the father. I never had symptoms. You know, I never felt any type of way.
What symptoms were you supposed to have?
Like, you know, cravings.
You
gained weight.
when your
When she was
girlfriend's pregnant the first time, when she was pregnant the first time, you gained weight, but this time you didn't have the same symptoms. You didn't eat, you didn't have any cravings, and you believed it was because it wasn't your child.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the first, Jerome.
Okay, I have something.
Definitely the first time I've ever heard that.
I have something for you.
Yes, I'd like to see that evidence. Jerome, will you hand it to me, please? What is this, ma'am?
In the state of Tennessee, once you sign the birth certificate,
And she was using it as me.
they tell you that once you sign the birth certificate, it voids off DNA paternity testing.
So this is a pamphlet.
Yes, ma'am.
It says, for your child's sake, establish paternity.
Yes.
And it's basically an entire pamphlet with passages highlighted that talk about the issues you need to consider as it relates to paternity, signing a birth certificate, and if you have doubt, how you should not sign the birth certificate. It says parents should think carefully before acknowledging paternity. If either of you do change your mind, you have 60 days to rescind the acknowledgement in writing. If either parent has any doubts about who the father is, no forms should be signed.
I was just trying to be a good guy. You're
You're acknowledging you saw this pamphlet.
Yes, ma'am. She explained all it to me. I'm just trying to be a good guy.
2 weeks. He said he waited till the baby was 2 weeks, said the baby not here. That paper say 60 days. Why did he not write them?
Very good question, Miss Chapman. Mr. Hayes, why didn't you rescind your acknowledgement? If you felt in 2 weeks the baby really didn't look like you and you don't remember having the symptoms.
Because when I went to court, when I went to juvenile court, they said that I had to get a DNA. I had to pay for a DNA, and I didn't have no job at the time.
What is this about? I'm just trying to be a nice guy.
Yes.
Because it doesn't matter if you a nice guy in the hospital, but then you a no-show guy after you leave. What's the point?
You know, you let me out.